good morning class 11th. How are you all? Hope you all will be fine in your home. Be safe. Okay. So students, as you all know that we have already completed our chapter number 1. So in this month syllabus is already completed. In the next one we will start our chapter number 2, biological classification. Till I'm going to give you a revision of this chapter. Okay, so you people can easily understand the chapter. Okay, so let's start the chapter living world. So what is life? We all know that life is a unique complex organization of molecules expressing through chemical reaction which led to growth, development, responsiveness, adaptation and reproduction. So life is a unique complex organization in which we all seen the reproduction method, the development, growth, adaptation, everything in this life only. Okay, whether they are plants or they are animals. So first topic of this chapter is what is living organism. So living organism are the organism which can easily self-replicate, evolve, self-regulating, interactive system capable of responding to the stimuli. All these characters are present in the living organism. So one by one we are going to study about these characteristics or properties of living organism in detail. So first, properties of living organism. First one is growth, second reproduction, third metabolism, fourth cellular organization and consequences. One by one we are going to study the detail of this growth, reproduction, metabolism, cellular organization and consequences. Okay students, so one by one we are going to study in this property in detail. So first one is growth. Okay, growth, it is the increase in number and mass of cell by cell division. In previous video I have already told you that growth is made up of twins couple properties. First one is number and second one is mass. Okay, by the process of cell division. Okay, this is the process of cell division. Single cell, the nucleus has been divided and the cell again divided into two parts. Okay students, now in plants you have seen the plants can grow continuously to their lifespan. Okay, but these things not happen in animals, or you can say है ना, in animals or human beings also these things were not happen. They cannot grow till their lifespan. They can grow at the certain age. So by this property you can't say that this is a defining property of living organism, because growth depends upon two characteristics: increase in mass and number. Okay, so you have seen the mountain, their mass and the sizes almost they grow. So growth is not a defining property of a living organism. Okay, in living organism growth is from inside. Okay, now second one, reproduction. Reproduction means give birth to a progeny which is similar to their parent, or organisms reproduce by two main types, asexually and sexually. Okay, two main types of reproduction is there, asexually and sexually. Okay students, now you have seen in unicellular organism growth and reproduction are some same because they reproduce by cell division. Okay, in unicellular organism means the cell made up of single, है ना, the cell made up of single cells, the organism made up of single cells, they are called as unicellular organisms. So in this the cell reproduce or growth are same because they both depends upon cell division. Okay students, some organism like mule and worker honeybees, they cannot reproduce till their lifespans. Hence reproduction is not also a defining property of living organism. Okay students, because some organism reproduce, some organism doesn't reproduce. Cell division and reproduction are same in unicellular organisms, so some criteria are different. So that is why this, you can say this reproduction is also not a defining property of living organism. Okay, now metabolism. so many chemical reactions are taking place inside our body. Okay, food materials are breaks up into smaller particles. So these type of activity are going place in every living organism, whether they can reproduce, they can grow, they have cell division and whatever it is. So you can say defining, it is a defining features of living organism. Metabolism is a defining features of living organisms. Okay, now cellular or metabolism can demonstrate in vitro. वो हम उसको लाइव भी देख सकते हैं, बट दे आर लाइक living reaction, but they are not living things. Okay, the reaction is living but the things are not living. Okay students, now cellular organization. Cellular organization means one organism is made up of one or more cells. Cellular organization मतलब उनके जो body parts हैं, cells हैं, how they are made. So one organism can made up of one or more cells. So it is also a defining property of living organism, because as we all know organisms are made up of one or more than one cells, like in prokaryotes, eukaryotes, unicellular organisms or multicellular organisms. Okay students, now last one is consequences. It is respond to the stimuli at sense power. So the organism respond to the external or internal factors. So this type of self consequences are present in every living organism. You can take the example of touch me not plant. When you touch the leaves of the touch me not plants, it gets shrink. So the plant is aware of its surroundings. It is called self consequences, like it is a property of living organism. So it is also a defining property. Okay student, so living organism you have understood, they are made up of, they have 5 basic characteristics like growth, reproduction, metabolism, cellular organization and self consequences. Okay students, now human beings has only organism having self consequences. Okay, not others, only the human beings having this type of self consequences. Now diversity in the living world. We have seen different types of, when you go out in your locality, you have seen different types of diversity in your living world, like different types of plants, animals, they are called as diversity. Okay, different types of living organisms present in your locality. If you have seen big forest, so many living organisms are living there, this is called diversity. Okay, now diversity in the living world. The number and types of organism present on the earth referred to biodiversity. Bio means life, diversity means number. Okay, diversity मतलब उनमें कितने तरह की varieties हैं. So there are number and types of living organism are in our environment. Okay, present in our environment, they are called as biodiversity. Okay students, now diversity in the living world. Number of species described is 1.7 to 1.8 million. In the world, about 1.7 to 1.8 million species are described. They are already discovered, and description is also there. Their classification is also there. And so many species are there. They are waiting to be discovered. Okay, they are present in the earth crust, but they are waiting to be discovered. Diversity in the living world. First one, taxonomy. Taxonomy is a basic thing in the diversity. It is the study or identification, classification, nomenclature of organism. Taxonomic is a basic study of identification, classification and nomenclature of organism. Okay student, it is a study of identification, classification and nomenclature of organism. In previous video I have already explained you in detail, so I am giving you a quick revision so you people can now easily understand and know more about this chapter. Okay students, because we have time. Diversity in the living world. Systematics. Systematic is a word. It is a Latin from systema means systematic arrangement, deals with evolutionary relationship between organism. Evolutionary relationship means from the primitive one, how the evolution should be there, वो कैसे change हुए हैं, how the diversity is there from past years to till now. So many evolution should be there So it is the systematic study of evolution between the organisms. Okay. Now, Diversity in the Living World. Systematic Natura is the book written by Linnaeus. Carolus Linnaeus is a scientist who gave the 5 kingdom of classification, who have done so many in the field of biology, and he is given a book called Systema Naturae, is written by Carolus Linnaeus. He is a famous scientist. Systematic Nature, he was given the book in the year 1735. Okay. Now, Diversity in the Living World. Basic process of taxonomy. What are the basic process of taxonomy? How we will identify them? How the study will done? So here is some basic processes there. First one is characterization. Second one is identification, classification and nomenclature. पहले कैरेक्टराइजेशन, उसके कैरेक्टर्स को हम देखेंगे, फिर उसका आइडेंटिफिकेशन करेंगे, देन क्लासीफाई करेंगे, देन उसका नोमेनक्लेचर, देन वी विल नेम देम. ओके. नाउ Diversity in the Living World. Basic process of taxonomy. What are the basic process of taxonomy? One by one, characterization, identification, classification and nomenclature. One by one we are going to study it in detail. So first one, characterization. Understanding of characters of organisms such as external and internal structure of cell, development process, ecological information, everything about their internal and external factor, everything. Study of understanding the characters is called as characterization of a living organisms. Okay. Now, second one is identification. In the correct description, when you characterize one organism, we have to give the correct description of the organism so that the naming is possible. Identification means उसका name करना. अब उसको identify कर लिए characters, on the basis of their characters we have already identified them. Then the naming should be correct. Then the naming should be possible. Okay, after the characterization. Now, third one is classification. It is the grouping of organism into convenient categories, taxa based on characters. Okay. अब classification कैसे होगा? How it is possible? If we know the name, character, so the classification should be possible whether the organism is plant or animal, insects, reptile, mammal. So these things should make it possible. Okay. Now, nomenclature. Here it is given mango and one insect is there. Mango, Magnifera indica and Apis indica. Indica. Species are same, but their genus are different. It is the standardization of names of organisms such that an organism is known by the same name all over the world. So it means it is a naming or proper standardization. So one organism is named with one name in all over the world. Here mango is called Magnifera indica and one insect name is Apis indica. So how people will choose Magnifera indica or Apis indica? Some confusion should be there. So it is a thing in which one standard is set. So one organism is known by one name in all over the world. Okay students, so characterization, identification, classification are the basic study of taxonomy. Okay. Now, binomial nomenclature. The system of naming with two components is called binomial. Bi means two, binomial nomenclature. With two components, what are the components? We have already studied genus and species. And this binomial nomenclature is proposed by Linnaeus, Carolus Linnaeus. He was the scientist who proposed the binomial nomenclature. Okay. Two components, genus and species. Okay. Now, botanical names are based on the rules in international ICBN. Okay, binomial nomenclature is done by ICBN, International Code of Botanical Nomenclature, and geological names are based on International Code of Geological Nomenclature, ICN. Binomial, Magnifera indica, mango is called इसका botanical name क्या है? Magnifera indica, and geological name of tiger is Panthera tigris. Okay, so these two organizations are there who done the name, botanical name and geological name of the organisms. Okay, by their rules naming should be there. Now, universal rules of binomial nomenclature. Here are some universal rules. Scientific names are Latin or written in italics. Okay, they are handwritten, underlined separately. Genus name, and the second one is, first name word is genus and second one is species. Again and again I am telling you, like Magnifera indica, underline should be there. The genus name first word of first letter should be in capital. Okay, these are the some basic rule. An author name in abbreviative form appears at the end of the biological name. So these are the some. Lin. Homo sapiens Lin. Lin is Linnaeus. Homo sapiens are human beings. Biological name of human beings are Homo sapiens. Homo is genus and sapiens are species, and Lin is the, what is Lin? Lin is the author name. So, okay students, so author name should be there. So these are the basic rule of universal binomial nomenclature. Okay, now taxonomic categories. Here are the taxonomic categories. First one is kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus and species. You can take from upward direction: species, genus, family, order, class, phylum and kingdom. Classification involves hierarchy of steps in which each step represent a taxonomic category rank. Okay, taxonomic category rank. Second, all categories together constitute a taxonomic hierarchy. Third, each category represent a unit of classification. A group of organism occupying a particular category is called taxon. Example, class और mammalia. मैंने पहले ही ये सारी चीज़ों को क्लियर किया था. क्लासिफिकेशन इन्वॉल्व्स अ टैक्सोनॉमिक कैटेगरी और रैंक, and all categories have constitute a taxonomic hierarchy. Each category represent a unit of classification. Okay, unit of classification. Each character, जैसे कि species, genus, family, class, order, everything represent a unique classification. Okay, unit of classification. And a group of organism occupying a particular category is called taxon. A group of organism occupy a particular category. A category is family. अब एक group of organisms को occupy कर रहा है, that group is called, that category is called as taxon. So these are called as taxon, like class, mammalia. Okay, now taxonomic categories. Taxons are there: kingdom, Animalia; phylum, division, chordata; class, Mammalia; order, Primata; family, Hominidae; genus, Homo and species, Sapien. These are the taxon and these are the taxonomic categories. Species are sapiens, genus are Homo sapiens. This is about taxonomic hierarchy in ascending order. Okay, this is classification of human beings. Species sapiens, genus Homo, Homo sapiens. Now family, from which family we belong? Hominidae. And order, Primata; class, Mammalia; phylum or division, chordata. Phylum is written for animals and division is written for plants. Okay, kingdom, Animalia. So we belong to Animalia family, so the phylum becomes chordata. And we are Mammalia because we give birth to a child. Primata, order, Hominidae; families, Hominidae, and genus Homo, and species is Sapien. This is example. Okay, now taxonomic categories. It is a group of closely related organisms capable of interbreeding to produce fertile offsprings. It is the lowest category. Taxonomic category में क्या होता है? Closely related. सारे organism एक दूसरे से closely related रहेंगे, capable of interbreeding. So interbreeding can be possible in between the organisms. So these organisms, like this, if you see in these animals, they are interrelated to each other. Like this potato, tomato and brinjal, they are interrelated. So interrelated to each other and their interbreeding produce a fertile offspring. This is possible, and this is in the lowest category of organism. Okay, like mango, generic name Magnifera and specific name Indica. Potato, Solanum tuberosum. Nightshade, Solanum nigrum. Tomato, Solanum lipocrasium. Brinjal, Solanum. All their generic name are same. Like in lion, tiger and leopard, their generic name are same. Panthera, and their species name are same. Modern man, Homo sapiens. So basically, अगर किसी के interrelated है वो एक दूसरे से, if the organisms are interrelated with each other, so the breeding should be possible in the lowest categories. Okay. Now, genus, it is the aggregate of closely related species. Genus is the aggregate of closely related species. Family, it is a group of related genera. Group of related genera means genus. Okay, genus Panthera, genus Phyleus, they are closely related families, belong to closely related families. Order, it is the assemblage of related families. Assemblage of related families. Okay, इसमें assemble करते हैं related families को. Class, assemblage of related orders. Okay, okay. One by one they are all related to each other. Now, phylum and division, assemblage of related class. In case of plants, assemblage of class from division. मैंने बताया था इस चीज़ को, assemblage of related class. In case of plant, we will write division, not phylum. Okay, students. Now, kingdom, for animals, Animalia kingdom, and for plants, kingdom Plantae. Okay. Now, taxonomic categories, here are the examples. Kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordata, class Mammalia, orders Carnivora, family Felidae, genus Panthera, species tiger, because they all are interrelated with each other. They all belongs to kingdom Animalia. Phylum is Chordata, class is Mammalia because they give birth to a child. Order Carnivora because they are carnivorous animal. Family Felidae, they are Pantheria, they belongs to Pantheria genus, and species, only one species is tiger. So it is a example of this taxonomic categories. Okay. Now, here are some example is there of some organisms, their taxonomic categories with examples. See student carefully. Okay. Now, taxonomical aids. Taxonomical aids means study of this organism. How it is possible if some organism are already vanished, they are extinct from the earth. So, if the primitive people or they preserved them, if they preserved, so nowadays it is possible for us to study about them. So here are some aids are there, some possibilities are there, so people can easily preserve the organism, whether they are plants or animals, so study should be possible. First one is herbarium, botanical gardens, zoological parks, museums, key, flora, manuals, monographs and catalogs. One by one we are going to deal about this. Herbarium. Herbarium file कैसा होता है मैंने बताया था. We have to first take the plant, dried them, pressed and preserved on the sheets. Okay, and write their universally accepted classification. What is the classification of these plant, of that plant? We have to write them. That we have to note the date and time and who is collector of the plant and preserved it for the study. This is called herbarium. Herbarium file. Okay. Now, botanical garden. There are so many botanical gardens. Each plant is labeled in botanical garden. Okay. Two most important gardens are in West Bengal and Lucknow. And in these gardens, so many plants are there. And they are, each plant is labeled with the botanical name and with their family. So study should be possible for all of us. Okay. So these are called the botanical gardens, जहाँ पे plants को preserve करके बकायदा उनका labeling करके रखा जाता है. So it should be easy for studies. Okay. Now, biological museums. So biological museum are the place where plants and animals are preserved for the study and reference. For the study purpose and reference purposes, most plants and animals, this biological museum should be in school or colleges also. So the study of plants and animals for students should be easy. Okay. Biological museums like this. See, this is structure of elephant like this. A museum contain specimens preserved in preservative solution in container or jars. As I told you कि specimens contain करके specimens को रखते हैं उसमें उस preservatives डाल के कि वो काफ़ी टाइम तक अच्छे से रह सके. So the study should be possible. And this insects box are there, and this insects put in the box after killing. Okay. So this is called biological museum. Zoological parks, you all have seen the zoological parks where animals are kept there with their proper habitat, है ना, जैसे उनको environment, proper habitat environment चाहिए होता है. Likewise the animals are kept there with their zoological names and everything, which helps to learn about their food habitat and about the behavior of the animals, which we learned about their habitat and their behaviors. Okay. Key. It is an analytical method of identification of organism based on the similarities and dissimilarities. Keys एनालिटिकल मेथड है, मैंने बताया था, जो सिमिलैरिटीज़ और डिससिमिलैरिटीज़ के बीच में उसको रखा गया है. इट इज़ बेस्ड ऑन द कंट्रास्टिंग कैरेक्टर्स जनरली इन पेयर कॉल्ड कपलेट. द कैरेक्टर शुड बी इन पेयर्स. ईच कपल हैज़ टू अपोजिट ऑप्शंस. दो अपोजिट ऑप्शन होते हैं. सो वन शुड बी permitted and one should be rejected, one should be accepted. Each statement is in the key is called lead. Okay, these are the branching key. Example इसमें दिया हुआ है. Key branching, gram positive cells, gram positive rod shaped cell, gram positive. So ये थोड़ा सा हायर है क्लासिफिकेशन. आप लोग बस इतना जानो कि the key should be in couples. So one should be accepted and one should, so two organisms are there and there about their identification. Two statements are there. So according to that statement, the organism should be identified or classified. Okay. Now flora, it is the actual account of habitat and distribution of plant species of a given area. Okay. Flora means हम उसको एक habitat में एक one habitat distribution of plants species, we can actually count that in a particular area. Okay. Manuals are the record containing after identification of names of species in a particular area. And monographic, it is these records are that contain information on any one taxon. Catalog, it is an alphabetical list of species. When you collect the species, उसका identification everything should be there. So in catalog the alphabetical list of species should be there. Okay students, so these are the taxonomical aids which is taken to preserve the organism for the studies, taxonomic studies. So hope you all carefully understand the chapter, okay, without any doubt. Okay students, hope you all enjoyed the class, and if you have doubt, please class 11th ask me questions. I am here for you, and in the next class we will start our new chapter. Thank you students.